Welcome back to the channel. I am the Zote, or Zach of all trades, and today we are in the kitchen. We are going to be making a turducken. For those of you who don't know, a turducken, I'm sorry, that's one of the ingredients, is a chicken inside of a duck, inside of a turkey. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull out the gizzards, whatever these things are called, throw them in here. Make sure that cavity is empty. All right, so straight cut down the rib right there, down the breastbone. I'm gonna get that cut out. You're cutting around all of these bones, so as you're going, you just gotta make sure that you're going around the bones, not through them. The other thing I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna actually pop this leg. Man, some turkeys, some chickens just give you a nice pop, and others just disappoint. I go right between the bone, there we go, and there is bone number one. And just cut that little bit of cartilage and stuff off right there. So you really want to make sure you don't puncture the skin when you're cutting your turkey open and taking all the bones out. So I always practice by taking all the bones out of the duck and the chicken. That way, if I mess up, it's all right because they're on the inside of the thing. And the turkey will get the best care. There we go. So that leg has been deboned. I'm going to do the same thing up here. I'm going to pop the second joint. There we go. We get that out. And then we can pull out those other two bones there. Now there's still the main bone that's in here, and we'll get to that one here in a second. There we go. We can see this joint in here. Or I can see it anyways. There we go. I'm cutting this down the side of the breastbone here. There we go. So there's the wing out. Alright, and we got ourselves a duck. So we did similar steps. We pull the gizzards and guts out of the duck. First off, we're going to start with these wings here. Cut off the wingtip. Try to get out. This other bone here. This one was fighting me. It did not want to come out. Same thing here. There's one bone. Cut that thing off. The end of the wing. There we go. There's that second bone. Cut that out. There's our wings looking pretty good. There's a lot of neck flap. So I'm going to cut off a good chunk of that. We know we're not going to need that. It always amazes me. I always forget how long the neck on a duck is. There we go. Pop that. Come down. Get that out. This is where that shoulder bone connects, is right in here. There we go. And throw that back out there. There we go. The leg bone. There we go. And you just take your fingers and you stick that back out the way it's supposed to be too. So you want to cut it so you adjust just down to the skin here, essentially. Because again, this is practice for the turkey, and we don't want that turkey to be losing skin contact. So we come down, cut this way. Flip this guy around so I can get to him a little easier. So all that popping you hear is trying to pop the cartilage in this last wing. I'm cutting this down so I'm right down pretty close all the way down here. So that way this whole body cavity just kind of gets pulled out. I'm gonna keep going here. I do got these bones here still to take out. And with every one of these, leave as much meat as possible. There we go. And then the rest of the spine, body cavity. Pull that sucker off. So that is the body cavity for this duck. And then you just clean up and make sure you got all the bones out. I found one more in there that I missed. Just make sure that everything's there. And there you go. All right, now we are on to the turkey. I didn't bore you with the sequence of me pouring the juices out, pouring it on the counter, and having to clean up. So you're welcome. I'm going to move that off to the side so you guys can see here. So being the turkey, obviously they come with cool things. They come with little thermometer things. We're going to take that out. We don't want that in there. It's not going to do us any good because we're going to stick this on a smoker and use our own thermometer. The other thing I have to do is I have to take off this thing and pull all the guts out. Now this one is a little bit frozen on the inside still. There's the neck. Let's see, we reach in here and we make sure we pull all. There's the rest of the gizzards. Now, with the other birds, as we've been doing this thing, I've been cutting it this way, right here, flaying it open, shaking things off. The difference between the turkey and the other two birds is we want the wings and the legs to stay here. And we want this side to look really nice, because when we're done, we're gonna tie this back up. We're gonna pull these forward like it's saying a nice little prayer or something. And we're gonna have it like so, with these things up, and it's gonna look nice sitting on that smoker when we take it off. So instead of cutting on this side, I gotta flip it over and I cut it on this side and stab it in the back. So I'm gonna leave these guys open. I'm gonna cut it right down here. It's gonna flay open, and then yeah. So right like this, right on either side of that bone. Biggest deal when you're cutting all this stuff is to make sure that you don't pierce the skin. You don't want to make holes in the skin. You can have the skin there, you can have little bits of flesh, but you don't want holes in it. Pop that bone loose right there. Pop that bone loose right there. We want those bones, but we don't necessarily want them attached to anything. And again, we want to keep that wing, but we don't want it attached to anything. All right, let's roll over to the other side. Try to get this one separated here. So now we can take the top half of the rib cage out. It's not attached to much anymore. There we go. There's the ribs. Joint separated right there. I can take this, get it closer to me. There we go. So, there we go. Take the little red bits out. I'll leave the raw. So now we have, if we flip this like so, I've got my turkey. So I've got my bones. I'm actually going to take these two bones out too. I don't want those in there. I just want that drumstick bone to stay. Be careful, cut right next to the bone, and eventually pop that cartilage. There's that one. And then we repeat the process over here. Boom. That leg out. Now, we got ourselves a nice drumstick here, and a wing, and a wing, and another leg and a leg. All right, and then we open this up, we see more of that dark meat, and then right here we've got our beautiful white meat, our breast right there. And as we build this turkey back up into a delicious turducken, it's just gonna be good, but I'm gonna save that for another video. All right, once again, this is the Zote, and I hope you enjoyed watching. The next video is gonna be how to season this with a dry brine to let it sit for 3 or 4 days.